Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to, I cannot believe I'm saying this, but episode 4 of Wellbeing with Seamus. I cannot believe I'm saying that. And thank you to all of you who have subscribed, all of you who have left comments, all of you who have followed me on my Spotify channel and my YouTube channel. If you still need to, get out and do it today because, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and everything in between, I've got an amazing guest for you this afternoon. This is one guest you will not want to miss out on. She is one amazing creator, brand Jedi master, mompreneur, a founder, a creator, but to me, a real inspiration in terms of her work that she's been doing to create a really unique organization and company and partnership and collaboration with so many wonderful, beautiful people around the world. It's my pleasure to introduce to you today Miss Angela DiMarco.
Good morning and good afternoon, Seamus.
Good morning, good afternoon from Manchester. Good morning in New York. How are you doing?
I'm good. And I would like to, in turn, just let your listeners know how amazing you are.
Oh, stop
and
it.
No. From the time that we met, you have been the greatest source of support for me. We have created this unique bond that, you just blow me away every day, and you're doing it. You've transformed your entire life. You have this beautiful program, now this beautiful podcast. You are just one of the most kindest, most loving people I have ever met in my life. And I am so grateful to call you my brother from another mother.
Well, you are my sister from another mister. It's as simple as that. You're part of my family, right?
Yes.
You're a biological family. We can't choose. We're stuck with them, right?
Or not.
or not. In both our cases, or not, right? Absolutely, 100%. But we build the people around us who we see as real family, and you're part of my real family, Angela, and always will be.
Yeah.
I want you to know that, and you have a special Dana and other special people that are hold really close. So, recognize that, and we celebrate that today. But look, we could love each other up right for the next
I know.
hour.
What do the good people want to know?
Yeah, and I suppose the whole reason for these podcast episodes is for people to get to know you, Angela, for people to get to know my guests that I have on. And over the past 3 episodes or so, people have got to know various elements of the collaborations I've had with other people. And one of the most special collaborations, I think, has been with you and with Dana and with finduniquelyyou.com. And I would love the listeners out there today to know of you, to know of your amazing work, to know of your amazing inspiration, so they too can be inspired to go create, something out of a piece of scrap paper, right?
Yes.
Essentially,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And not only do you walk the walk and talk the talk, but you also have written a book, Uniquely You, update #52, which really, it's an inspirational book for me, right? And I've read it not once but twice, and you can see it's well leafed. It's
That's
well
amazing.
leafed and marked, right? And every time I read it, I get something new from it. Every time I read it, I get a different feeling from it. Every time I read it, I get a sense of joy and happiness, and I'm with you on the journey. But for those who are listening today who may not know of your journey, tell them who you are, Angela.
So just like we'll kind of like go back to the book, right?
Yeah.
So prior to the book, I was a director of marketing for a director of branding and marketing for a manufacturing company. And it was a great job. It was a 9 to 5 job. It was 6 figures. It was all that stuff, the benefits and things. I had it during COVID. And during that time, I had lost a baby and a little Joshua. So we celebrate Joshua Day on December 3rd, which was 2019 that I lost him. And we were in the middle of it rolled into COVID, and it rolled into also me having a spiritual journey. Like there had to be a reason and a purpose for this experience, the most traumatic experience of my life. It was tragic. And I had to say that Joshua led me with his little angel wings on this beautiful spiritual journey that just taught me about that there's more to life than what I was seeing. So I was bogged down by the news. I was bogged down by the COVID. I was bogged down by the family drama, the biological family drama. All that stuff was just ruling my life, and I was miserable. And as I started to meet these incredible people and do these things and listen to, Aaron Doughty, he's like a YouTube guy. He's adorable. And he'd tell you about spirituality and things like that. Are you a starseed? I'm like, I don't know. Am I? So it just, it just opened the door for me. And then I took a workshop with this guy, Victor Odo, a friend of his. And it was 12 weeks. Every Sunday we got together on a Zoom call, which was really weird for me because Zoom and stuff was only work, right? If anything, everything was different. So it was weird. But here I was in this class of 20 people, and we were talking about these esoteric concepts like dream journaling, it was basically about how to find your higher self, how to connect with your higher self and figure out what your purpose is. And it was awesome. Quantum hypnosis healing. We would do something for a week. Victor would tell us a story. We would do an exercise, breath work, all these things that I'd never been accustomed to. And at the end, it was okay, so what's your soul purpose now that you've connected? Let's tap in. And I was like, I want to be a branding mentor because I love branding so much.
Yeah.
And then I looked online, and there were thousands of brand mentors, and they were all doing a fantastic job. And I was like, I don't want to compete with these people. I have no desire to do that. But what if I wrapped my arms around all these people and gave them a platform where they could then teach their stuff, create awareness for these people with businesses, that were trying to hustle? Because that's what came out of COVID, right? Everyone doing their own thing.
Yeah.
And so I wrote this idea for this finduniquelyyou.com, an online university that was it's non-accredited, but it's basically gathering all these instructors, and you came on board to join us. And basically people who taught things like personal development, empowerment. Dana's big in the School of Empowerment. I'm in the School of Thrivelihood. And it's just, it was just really, really, really cool. So I had this idea. I asked Dana to paint a painting. If anybody's watching this video, up behind me is a painting of Joshua. So I asked Dana to paint. Now, let me just backtrack. Dana was my pledge mom in my sorority in 1992, and we reconnected when I lost Josh. So I saw she was an artist. I loved her style. I wanted to honor my baby. Dana painted the painting. Then Dana does something called intuitive guidance. And I asked her for a session. I was like, let's just see what this is about. I have no idea what intuitive guidance means. And if anybody wants to understand it, it's like coaching on steroids. So if anybody really wants to get to to change your life fast, you go to an intuitive guidance session. Okay.
Yeah.
So Dana and I were chatting away. And then at the end, I was like, I have this idea for a business. Can I share it with you? And she's like, all right. So I shared it, and she doesn't say anything. I'm like, oh my God, she thinks it's stupid. Dana thinks I'm dumb, whatever. And then she's like, that's gold. You have to do it. And that planted the seed. So I immediately bought the URL. I got the LLC or whatever the heck, S Corp or whatever business entity I got the email, and I got the pieces, and I'm like, I'm doing this. Worst case, I'm out a couple $100, right? And then that January, I started to write an email. I had about 20 people that were part of it from Victor's group and some of Dana's friends. And I was like, I'm going to do a beta workshop. So whoever wants to be involved, I'm going to write an email every week. I decided to put an email together, and I was like, listen, guys, I need to be accountable. I want to build this business while I have this job and raising these children and all this stuff. And I started sending out weekly emails. And that's what the book is. The book is all of my emails and it's about building the business. And it goes from the year of working the beta workshop through quitting my job, buying a house, quitting my job, doing this full time and bringing it to fruition. And the reason why it's update number 52 is because I had written 51 updates. And I say, okay, guys, I'm going underground. I'm going to build this thing. And when you see update 52 in your inbox, that means it's go time. It goes to the culmination of launching the platform.
Wow. Wow. Do you know, I love the book in so many ways, Angela. I love the book, and I know you start the book at probably one of the lowest points in your life with the loss of baby Joshua. You know, at 18 and a half weeks on the 3rd of December, 2019. I have never started or read a book that starts with that opener.
Yeah.
But you go on to elaborate, and you go on to, I suppose that was the launch pad in some way.
Yes.
Which broke the egg for you, which opened your world to a wider set of dimensions, right?
Completely. And one thing I hope people gain out of this is that I took this tragic experience and I transmuted it into something beautiful.
Yeah.
So we celebrate Joshua Day. He's a part of our family, we have Josh Bear that we all fight over who gets to sleep with Josh Bear, and he visits us in different ways. And he really did lead me on this journey. So pain can be transmuted. That's kind of why we're here.
Yeah. And one of the amazing things, there are so many amazing things about this book, right? And ladies and gentlemen, if you've not bought the book, go out and buy the book. If you're thinking about starting a business, go out and buy the book. If you've got a business up and running and don't know what to do next, go out and buy the book. Because Angela, in your book, really, yes, there are 52 updates in the book, right? It's a weekly email over maybe two years or so. But what strikes me is that you had an idea. You wrote that idea down on a piece of paper. You shared it with your best friend, right? Your best friend thought it was awesome. You went out straight away. You got your URL. You got your license. You got your corporation set up, and then, as if by magic, people started coming into your life that could help you and support you, and develop this idea that really was written on a piece of paper, right?
Yes.
And that's the most amazing thing about living your purpose and living your mission and living your true self, because the people, the way you vibe, you attract your tribe, right? I read that today. And listen, you were vibrating even at that stage at a very higher level, which attracted people into your life, right? Would that be right?
Yes, 100%. And, everything from Dana had a couple of friends who are now really good friends of mine, Wendy, Michelle. They joined my beta workshop. My cousin joined my beta workshop, some random people. So I had 20 people from all over the world. I had New Zealand, I had Shiv in New Zealand. I had people all over the place doing this beta workshop with me. It was free. I was basically teaching people how to do your brand DNA. That's like my jam, right? And the feeling that I got from doing this workshop with these volunteers that hung out with me for 2 hours for 4 weeks, 2 hours on a Tuesday night, 4 weeks, it lifted me. It gave me like, oh, I'm like, this is right. This is right. Because it's not just teaching down to somebody, it's basically like a Socratic method where it's the instructor facilitates the information, but everybody in the room is teaching each other and learning from each other and connecting in ways that are just so beautiful. And you're right. Like just from people who took the workshop to the people who, even I had like people like telling me off because I was doing the wrong thing with the investing. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was winging it, and I had this one guy tell me, I've never seen someone so amateur. I'm like, duh.
Yeah. Tell me something I don't know. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, so even people like that, like all along the way, there was somebody coming in that taught me something about myself, taught me something about what I needed to know. And the book is not just these are the steps I'm taking to run the business. This is like me going, oh shit, or like, what am I
Yeah.
doing, or whatever, like asking for help and vulnerable. And then eventually, there was like less to talk about the business. Like after the beta workshop, and then it was like blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm going to quit my job soon, but I don't have much to talk about right now. So I would start talking about my personal stories. And the book really is an example of my journey as an entrepreneur, going from like, yeah, it's possible, to biting my nails, to what am I doing, to freaking making it happen,
Yeah.
and my personal growth through all of that. And it was quite the journey. Since then, I've had to give up a lot. I've had to give up a lot to make this happen, which a lot of people don't realize. You have to make choices. And the night before launch, which was June 26th,
Yeah.
June 2022, I sent a text to my family that launched Chernobyl. And the night before launch, my entire mother's side of my family, my mom, my aunt, my brothers, my sisters, they all evaporated from my life.
Oh.
And then the business launches the next day.
Oh.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stay focused. I'm gonna stay focused. That just happened. We'll see how it plays out. And then Dana sends me these giant flowers. They're like as tall as I am. And she's mad because there's not enough purple and orange. But I like fell to my knees. And then she coordinated with all of our people. She coordinated this thing called a kudos board. And there were just messages of all these people talking about how their contribution. I swear, Seamus, it was like the juxtaposition from Sunday losing my entire family to being embraced by this community that I developed. It blew me away, like that in itself. If only I could have monetized that moment and that feeling, like that would have been, it was incredible.
It, it's a powerful testimony to you, right? Because um, your building process and your rebuilding process, and I'm not talking about the business here, I'm talking about your own life as well. You speak candidly in the book about your own life and your own life experiences, that you went through a period in your life where if there was a substance out there, you probably had it, right?
Mm-hmm.
To as it were, mask the feelings that you were feeling, or
Yeah.
hide the feelings, or hide your true self, and you know, you had a difficult background, right?
Yes. Yeah. As of today, I'm like 14 and a quarter years sober.
Hooray! Happy 14 and a quarter years anniversary, Angela. Go you,
Thank
girl.
you. Thank you.
Go
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
I ring the bell. Ding.
Yeah. There are two things at play. Sobriety, being an alcoholic was not because of some chemical imbalance that I have or because of some predisposition. However, it was my solution to living a life that I was miserable in.
Yeah.
It was really, really hard for me. I grew up thinking I had all the love and the family and support, but I really didn't. I grew up with a real sense of lack of worthiness. I was an expert chameleon, like I could pop into any, which serves me now because I can get along with everybody. I could have fun
Yeah.
at a funeral, no offense to anybody who died, but I can be around people, but it was a coping mechanism prior to that, and I would do things I didn't want to do because I was trying to fit in and have people like me. And that lack of worthiness truly was something that I worked on in the book. You see it. You can feel my inauthenticity almost in the beginning, like, I'm amazing, everything's amazing, we're all great. But it was fake. I was like faking it till you make it, to the end where I'm so humbled and so like understanding that I even had like, who the hell do you think you are to build a school? That's like stuff I heard. And it was stuff in my head, but I heard it from people. Like I'm getting a divorce. I'm saying quietly downstairs.
Yeah.
I'm getting a divorce because of the lack of faith in who I am.
Yeah.
And when now that I'm with people like you, with Dana, with, like my crew, I
Yeah.
am nothing but myself. My new guy,
100%.
Chris, like I'm like 100%. Um, I'm just able to be 100% myself. And it is so refreshing, but I didn't know how much I was holding it like this. I didn't know how tight I was holding it to the vest. So now I'm like, wow,
You can breathe. You
it's
can
great.
breathe. Yeah.
It's great. Yeah.
And so the campus was launched. When did Going Commando come into it, or has Going Commando always been there? It feels as if Going Commando has always been there, right?
Yes, yes, yes. So Going Commando with Angela and Dana is our podcast.
Which is
So
guys, if you've not seen this podcast, it is a sight to behold, right?
it is something.
It is a sight to behold. It's two best friends sitting down, tune the dailies, right? It's absolutely whatever comes into people's heads. It's amazing, absolutely amazing.
And you're going to be on it in a couple weeks.
Yes, I am. I
Yeah.
can't wait. I can't wait. I'm looking forward
Yay.
to my guest appearance. I can't believe I'm saying it. I'm going commando. If you've not subscribed to it, you're missing out, people. You are simply missing out. Your life is not as rich as it could be. Get on Going Commando and subscribe to that channel. I swear to God.
Oh my
Like,
God, you're so
ignore me.
cute.
Ignore me. Go on Going Commando, right? You'll see me either on this or Going Commando. It's a great channel. It's a great channel. Tell us about Going Commando, Angela.
Okay, so after we launched the platform, we were looking for ways to market our U instructors. We had about 20 U instructors teaching over 200 hours of courses on the platform at launch. It was great.
Yeah.
And so in order to help like people get to know who our U instructors were, we decided to create a podcast where Dana and I would interview our instructors. And we called it Cuddle Talk. Cuddle Talk with Angela and Dana, and then with guest whomever. And the idea was take these people out of the work mode, out of what you're typically supposed to see, have them on a bed or be cozy, jammies, stuffy, blanky, whatever they needed to just not be at their desk. That was the rule. You cannot be at your desk. And we just wanted to help people, like, expose people for who they really were, right? And it was fun. It was really fun. And sometimes we wouldn't be able to line up a guest. So Dana and I would just and we would call it Going Commando because it was just the two of us.
Yeah.
And then so our platform turned into something that we were not entirely happy with, finduniquelyu.com. And the community just shifted. And it started to go into something that wasn't as comfortable for us. So we kind of like backed away and let it do its thing and focus on our stuff. That's when Phenom Publishing was born, because we're also the publishers and
I was
all
getting
the
to
things.
that. I was getting to
Yeah, we'll
that.
get there later.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we let Commando Peter out. I mean, we let Cuddle Talk Peter out, and we were like, what if we just did our thing? What if we just did something a little bit different? And so, have Dana pulls those Soul Traveler cards that she and Anne-Marie Scordy created. These are phenomenal. They're absolutely beautiful. There's a deck of cards, and Anne-Marie Scordy is a trans channel. So she has these gorgeous messages from the angelic realm, and Dana's artwork on these like stunning cards. They're called Soul Traveler cards of empowerment, and they're available at Dana's website, ubuntufishgallery.com, and the shop. But so we were like, let's just pull a card and riff on it and see what happens.
Yeah.
And that was season 2. And
Wow.
then it rolled into, okay, well, what are we going to do next? Like that was kind of, we were like, what if we did the 10 Recommandments? So it's all of everything about Going Commando has been based on our content, which is really unique. And we use our content that we've created, our creativity that we're so proud of, to guide our seasons. And so we did 10 recommendments for personal empowerment. So we go through each recommendment. I go through my part in it and all that stuff. Dana does her wisdom spiel all over the place. And then we go through her book, Decoding the Woo Woo. And this past month, we've been going through Veda Finds Her Crown with all the chakras. And then we're going to have a little intermittent season where we're going to have guests. So you're going to be there. Very
Woo!
excited. Very excited.
I'm so excited.
And then we're going to go into the next season. I think we're calling it the season of worthiness. So season 7 is going to be based on our next book that we're currently producing right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And again, it's one of these uh, channels that again has grown organically, right?
Yeah, we don't do any of the, if I had a nickel for every person who approached me on LinkedIn or whatever, hey, we can grow your YouTube channel. Your YouTube channel sucks. Your viewers suck. I'm like, yeah, leave me alone.
Yeah,
So we really, because we're all about authenticity. So we're
yeah.
not buying audiences. We're not doing any kind of like marketing stuff. Come September, we did enter the Signal Awards for our show. So fingers crossed on that.
Where do I vote, Angela? Where do I
I
vote?
don't know. I don't know if we vote. I think there's just, but I'll let you know. We'll put some hype about it.
Okay.
But while that's doing, we're going to do an ad campaign that we recorded and edited ourselves. But we're all about the authenticity. It's not about
Yeah.
buying the numbers. We're not, our goal is to not be YouTube sensations. Our goal is to become like syndicated and like on a network. Like that's where we want to be. So because we can reach more people that way and we can help more people. And the beauty of our show, right? I think you can agree, is that yes, we're two best friends hamming it up, but we'll drop a nug of wisdom and then like Dana will burp and we're just ridiculous. And so it's like fun and it's engaging and I actually love listening to our show, which is weird to say,
Yeah.
but I always get something out of it because it's since I started working with Dana from that very first intuitive guidance session, my life has completely transformed because of the work. She's guided me in this work. And it's just, I want everybody to have what I'm having. And Going Commando is a free resource for everybody to have what I'm having. So
Absolutely. And get out there and subscribe to it. That's all I can say to people who might be listening to this podcast this afternoon. Get out there and subscribe to Go on Commando. If you're not already on it, subscribe to it. It's as simple as that. I'm not going to say it again, but I will. Subscribe to Go on Commando, right? And if you've got any subscriptions left, maybe Wellbeing with Seamus as well.
I say so. I'd say so. I'd say so.
That's a pretty good one. So your campus is up and running. You've got your instructors, you've got your courses, you've got your Go on Commando, and then if that wasn't enough to keep you busy, you've got Phenom Publishing. When and how did Phenom Publishing come to fruition? How did that happen?
So I would say in the fall of 2022, so after we had launched and things were shifting around, Dana had her first book with a publisher in the UK.
Yeah.
And it just was like a meh experience for her, and it wasn't awesome. And she's like, I was like, why don't we just self-publish? I can do the layout and design and things like that. Like I could figure it out. And then we were like, you know what? If we're going to do it, why don't we just create a publishing company? So because Dana always called us phenoms, right? We're phenoms. We're freaking phenoms. That's right.
Yeah.
So that's where, yes, we are
We
phenoms.
We are
We are.
phenoms. Yeah.
Yes. And so we had Find Uniquely You over here doing its thing. And then we were like, okay, so let's try to do this. So we published her book and we published a book by Anne-Marie Scordy called At the Water's Happy Hour at the Water's Edge.
Yeah.
Really, really beautiful, fantastical story. And it's like Alice in Wonderland meets The Alchemist. So here we are now with two books with our little imprint on it because we had the business. We were like, let's just do it. And then I was like, I want to write a book. And we were like, let's do Decoding the Woo. So we have 8 books published now under our imprint.
Wow.
And we've got 2 more in the works, like 2 more happening. And our goal is to create these beautiful works and then at some point partner up with a distribution partner, maybe a PR company at that point. Like when we have like the thing, we're just building our portfolio right now.
Yeah. A wee catalog of material.
Exactly. So we could be like, here you go. Here's all the stuff you get to work with, all this gold. And then we shifted Uniquely You to be more for authors, more for people who have books, more for people who've created works. Because that was one of the problems was that I had this thing, anybody can teach. Anybody can teach. Well, it's not true. And poor Dana was trying to groom all these instructors that just didn't follow through or didn't have like enough like oomph to do it. So we created new criteria. You have to have a completed work, or you have to have content. You have to have a business that you're running that you can work from, because that means you're somebody who gets shit done. Really, that's who we wanted to align with. And then that's when everything shifted. We cleaned house. We found you. We found a couple other people. And And now, because of everything that we're doing, because Commando is so important to both of us,
Yeah.
that's our main focus. Phenom is second. So we're selling our platform actually. We're selling finduniquelyu.com.
Okay.
And if anybody is connected in a community that has like a very, very large community, let's say like, 500,000, 10,000 even, like it could be anywhere from 10,000 to 500,000 members. It's a completely customizable live learning campus, virtual campus that I will completely brand and skin. And so you own it. There's no like licensing fees. There's nothing like that. It's not like Kajabi and other things that are out there. They're amazing, but this is something that if you are at that level and want to have, like you've always thought, I want my name on a building, I'll put it on a virtual building for you. And it's a great, yes, it's a great monetization opportunity for your people in your community, for sharing knowledge. And it's just this incredible, incredible business model that we've built that we have for sale. So,
Wow. And again, it you build it and they come, right?
yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah. And I have faith that the right person's out there that will purchase that platform, because it's a pretty awesome platform. And if you've not been on the platform or seen the platform, finduniquelyu.com is where and the Uniquely You campus is where you need to be. And you can sign in there and you can go and look at the courses. You can actually sign up and do the courses if you want to do a course.
Yeah, take your course.
Take my course, man. I'm not self-promoting here, but there are loads of wonderful, beautiful courses out there that I would describe as life-enhancing, life-engaging, that hopefully will, if you're confused, if you're unsure, if you don't know what to do next, if you're a newbie to this whole metaphysical, esoteric, philosophical, universal way of living, then get onto Uniquely You campus, get yourself a course, and get started on step one. They're already there for you, already lined up. The instructors are waiting to help, to support, to encourage, to motivate you, right?
Yeah.
So it's a phenomenal platform. But there's the courses, but also there's the engagement, there's the connections, there's the authentic connection, right?
Yes.
Because one of the things I see quite clearly, and if you don't mind, I'm going to read from your book, right?
Okay.
And one of the key, I speak about connection, right? And this was your mission in Leon, right?
Mhm.
And you said in your book on page 27, you said, with real human connections, we will light up people inside and provide opportunities to set their world on fire.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's pretty awesome, by the way. And it's so good. You've highlighted it in bold. That's pretty good. And where did that come from, Angela? Was that intuitively led? Was it intuitively guided? Where did a statement like that come from?
It's definitely divine inspiration. Baby Joshua was putting words in my mouth.
100%. Baby Joshua was putting your words in your mouth. He was controlling an awful lot of buttons, wasn't he?
Yeah, he really was. And honestly, that still is my goal, even with the brand work that I do, because we've got UPC Creative Services that we also do. And my goal is to help even the soul of a business shine.
Yeah.
That's what I do in my brand work, and I teach people how to bring that out. But I think I've always been that way, even though I didn't know it, was about helping people light up from the inside. That's always been my goal.
Yeah.
Just creating that spark for them and just letting them shine, Okay, go forth, my children. go change
Get
the
out
world.
of here. Yeah. My work here is done.
Exactly.
Well, can I ask, Angela, right? And I know you, and we're really close friends, but I've always wanted to ask, what drives Angela? Where does it come from, Angela? What drives you?
So I've always just wanted the freedom to create,
Yeah.
the freedom to create experiences, to create art, to create anything, to create cooking. I just want the freedom to create. And that's really
Mm.
what drives me, is to always have that freedom. Last night I took Christian to the local minor league ball game. I mean, what more is American on the 4th of July than a ball
Get
game?
in. Yeah.
And they had this amazing fireworks. And I'm going to send you the video. And maybe, if Gary wants to edit it in, he can. But he's like, look, he's freaking out. And I was watching him, not the fireworks, because that's what drives me, is to be there for those moments, for myself and for those around me, to feel like that. Oh, okay, I just want to be a part of that. Part.
Yeah. And you know what? It seems as if the apple hasn't fallen far from the tree. And Mattie's following in your line of work really well. Film producer.
Oh my God, she's gonna make movies.
She's
It's
going
the
to make
coolest thing
movies.
ever. It's the coolest
Yeah.
thing.
It's
I
a
still have to
cool.
send you her movie. She did a freshman film called Lead Balloon. I have to send you the movie so you can see it, because you contributed.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely, 100%. And it's just children copy their parents, right? And if they live in a world of love and creativity, it's surely some of that is going to rub off. And I'm really excited for my niece. I really, really am, and what she's going to achieve. Because
Yeah,
because her mama's absolutely inspirational, right? And Maddie's going to be twice as awesome as her mum.
twice, if not more. And I'll tell you, you're talking about your parents. So when Maddie approached her father, who I've long time separated from, or divorced from,
Yeah,
her father and me, she said, I think I want to write screenplays for college. That's what I want to do, is go to college for film.
yeah.
And his reaction to her was, that's a really tough field. Maybe you should have a fallback just in case. And my reaction was, freaking go. Do
Go.
it.
Yeah,
Do
yeah,
it. And when she said, she applied to Purchase, which is a SUNY school here in New York, and she loved the program. There were a couple other amazing film programs, but this is in state, so it's a little cheaper. And we walked on the campus and she goes, Mom, this is the only school I want to apply to. I'm like, then do it.
oh,
Trust it. Trust it. Now, Maddie had no film experience because our high school didn't offer really any kind of like extracurriculars. So she never made a movie in her life, but the kid had passion, and they chose her out of 300 applicants that they interviewed for one of 30 seats in the program. And all the
oh.
kids are like, well, what's your portfolio? Let me see your thing. She's like, I don't have one. So this school recognized her passion, because you can't teach passion.
You can't. You can't. You either got it or you don't, right? You either have it or you don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so proud of her. So she's in the BFA program without a portfolio, and she's crushing it.
I'm so proud of her. I am
I
so
know.
proud of her. I am
Me too.
so proud of her. Absolutely crushing it. She's going to produce great movies. She's going to
She is.
produce great movies, right? Yeah, hey, but she's going to make movies, right? She's going to make great movies.
Great movies.
I
Great
can't
movies.
wait. I can't wait. If I'm not too old enough, when she has got her own film production company, maybe there's a movie in there, right?
Well, Seamus, your life is worth a movie.
Whoa,
Get your book
yeah,
written so we can start the screenplay.
yes, yes, ma'am. I'll get my book written as soon as we can. Can I read you something, Angela DiMarco?
Yes. Yes.
Again, I'm quoting from page 69 of your book, which again
Okay.
is an inspirational quote. More than a concept of uniquely you, I believe in myself. Why would I set myself, my family, my friends up for anything less as awesomeness? Failure simply isn't an option, because no matter what happens, no matter how this plays out, there will be lessons learned and growth along the way. And that, my friends, is something money simply can't buy. The only way is to grow through it. And I'm excitedly embracing every opportunity with gusto. If there are any if there are any definitions of who Angela DiMarco might be, I think this one for me is bang on the money. Would you agree, Angela?
I would. It's so funny because I haven't like looked at my book in a long time. I'm like, that sounds pretty good too.
That's pretty awesome, by the way. The whole book is pretty awesome.
Oh, it's so funny. I just don't realize that's I suppose I don't know. I never realized how much wisdom I truly do have. So shy.
Why should you be shy? You wrote it. It's your work. It's you. It's you. This is who you are.
That's true.
You're amazing, awesome sauceness.
The experience definitely has been amazing, awesome softness.
100%. Let me just. So, Angela DiMarco, what would you say to somebody like you who has an idea, has the drive and passion, wants to do something different with their life, just like you? What advice would you give them as a start out entrepreneur?
So definitely take small steps towards your goals. It took me a year and a half, a little over a year, no, a little over a year, like about a year and a half to quit my job, to be at the point where I could quit my job. And it doesn't mean that I still did it correctly. I had some money. Dana invested in the business and I had money to get it going, and I quit my job. And there were still some steps I should have taken to ensure, like I should have been driving revenue and burning even more of a midnight oil, to get it going. But the steps that I did was I would just do little things to go get me there. And, I'd have the day job and I'd have a meeting at lunch, or I would work at night on a logo or something, like I would just take little steps and write these emails when I had time. And as long as you are making steps forward, do not give yourself a deadline as far as because if you can't meet your deadline because of your daily things that you have going on, you're going to get frustrated. But more so, let it be a passion in the back of your mind. Imagine what that world looks like. Imagine what the world looks like with your job or service in it. Like, imagine how you're helping people. Imagine that feeling and stay focused on that feeling in the future, and just take little steps that are going to get you there. Everything is a step forward, but if you're standing still, nothing happens, right? Nothing grows.
Absolutely.
But it's about, for me, the whole thing was I'm a big time visionary, and I kept seeing the school and all these people helped and all these people connecting all over the world. I saw it and I felt it in my heart, and it felt so good. So even when it got hard, I still felt I could tap into that feeling of what it was going to be. And it has been, it's even beyond because of all the different outshoots, Commando and the Phenom and all the things that we do, the branding work that I do. It's all, you don't know what's going to happen, but if you tap into why you're doing it, that's your soul. Like, if it excites you, fucking go for it.
Absolutely. And can I say, my friend, you have well and truly gone for it in so many ways. You're an inspiration, Angela. Simply put, you're an inspiration, and you are an inspiration to me on a daily basis as a fellow founder and entrepreneur. When the days get low, when the days get rough, and as you and I have both been there. It's a pleasure to know that you're there and that you've got my back and I've got your back and we've got each other's back, and there's a collaboration of people out there that we work with who have got our back, right? In a very honest, authentic way. There's no bullshit. There's no falseness. It's just really an authentic connection.
Yes.
And that for me is massively important, as I know it is for you.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to read something else for you.
Okay.
Again from your book. Imagine that.
Go for it.
Right at the start of the book. You wrote something really powerful. And it says, it goes like this. Everyone is unique, yet the same. We have all one, yet we know loss. We know love and we know heartbreak. We're the sum of all our experiences, but we do not let them define us. How? By discovering our joy and pursuing our passion. The byproduct, everyone thrives. How cool is that?
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, I think Dana might have written some of that. So I don't want to take full credit.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
That is the one awesome mission statement.
That's our driving force. We have all gone through stuff and we can help each other and
Yeah,
we can live a happy life just because you've gone through stuff, as you know.
100%, 100%. There's one question that remains though. One extremely important question that remains to be answered, Angela.
What is that?
And I think Dana couldn't answer it. And I think
Oh,
it's down to you.
shoot.
The question is, how do I not be a cheese bag?
Well, I will tell you, you do not be a cheese bag by being inauthentic.
Okay.
Okay. All
Okay.
right. Stay fresh.
All right.
You got to stay fresh and authentic. Otherwise, you'll be
Okay.
a cheese bag.
Okay. Okay. Are there levels of freshness, or is it just like has it minty fresh or chocolate fresh or
I don't think it's those because it's cheese. So it's like moldy would be the opposite of, you know,
yeah,
we can
yeah,
equate inauthenticity with moldy. It makes me go like this. Ew.
yeah, yeah,
Ugh.
yeah. You can smell
And
it, right? You can smell it.
yeah, you
Yeah,
can. You
yeah,
can detect it. It's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
Very true.
Okay.
So, there you go.
My work here is done. I know how not to be a cheese bag now. And Dana, if you're watching this, please comment underneath.
That was a good one. I like it.
Thank you so much. Angela DiMarco, thank you so much for being on my show this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you've not already subscribed to findinguniquelyyou.com, Phenom Publishing, Going Commando, Unique Phenom Collaboration, and all the above, please just do it today. If you've not purchased Angela's book, I recommend it for your library. Go out and purchase it today. It's available from Angela.
Amazon. You can get anywhere on Amazon. Yeah.
Amazon, but is it also available on your own website?
So if you go to phenom-publishing.com, you can see all of our books there. So Dana's got all of her good stuff there. We've got a spot on the shelf for your book, Seamus. We're just waiting for it.
Okay, I look, for any reason you can't get on there, you can find it at seamuscorry.co.uk because it's in my resources section as well. My first three books, Dana and Angela. So as per usual, and Anne-Marie Scorty is there as well, which is wonderful.
Yes. Seamus, I wanted to say thank you. I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of you for putting this together. Your brand is awesome. You're crushing it. It's just watching you unfold like a field of sunflowers is so beautiful. I'm really,
Angela,
really proud of you.
Angela, thank you so much. And coming from a brand Jedi master like yourself, that means so much to me, right?
Yeah.
Because you've been in this business longer than I have, and you come to the table with so much brand experience. And yeah, my brand, I'm trying to develop a brand that's authentic and
And
honest.
you are. And what is beautiful about it is that yes, there's consistency, but it's not just about like your logo, right? This is what people get confused about. It's really about how you're putting your content out to the world, and everything that you do with all of your heart. So all you have to do is continue to be yourself. That's your brand. You are amazing, and you are out there as a resource and support to everybody you love. You are the walking example of Christ's consciousness, in my opinion.
Thank you so much. I'll take that, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Angela, thank you so much. And thanks for being on my show today.
Thank you for having me, Seamus. I love you.
I love you too. Take care.